Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything. King and queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, stand to yourself. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the hype button. Pop your ish in the comment section. I will be checking. Keep it respectful, no disrespect. And remember, a slow grind is better than no grind. Shout out to 4D Shams. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, my apologies. But make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Before you subscribe to his, subscribe to mine. Let's get into this video, man. As y'all can see by the title, by the thumbnail, what we got going on. Let's get into it.
This archetype, this genre of pander bearer usually sounds a little something like this.
Pampering my woman is a requirement. 150,000 per child when she gives birth, 150,000 every year after that until the child is 18. Her hair done once a week, nails done once a week, makeup done whenever she wants to, shopping sprees around the world, anywhere she wants to shop at and buy whatever she wants. Her finances is not maintained. She's not allowed to pay for any bills, open any doors, or take out any trash. 100,000. Another 100,000 because I appreciate your loyalty. Another 100,000 because you're an excellent mother. And 50,000 just in case you want to splurge on me or something.
Oh, brother, just how performative can you be? And look, I already know what some of you guys are thinking. Some of the stuff he's saying doesn't sound too crazy. If you truly are in love with your lady and you're a chivalrous man, But
this is the thing that y'all are not missing. He's doing this for his wife. This is his wife who had his child. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't make it seem like this is supposed to be the norm for every woman. And also, too, you can have a wife that may not deserve it. You can have a girlfriend that may not deserve it. And vice versa, whatever the case may be. But I don't think anybody would get into a marriage or, you know what I mean? You wouldn't jump from a relationship knowing you got problems with this person because they're not deserving of everything and then get into a marriage with them. You know, but things happen, right? But at the same time, was that money real? Was this all for entertainment? Are they really living this lifestyle? Do you compare your regular life to these people's lives? Are you doing the same thing he's doing financially to get to where he's at, to where he can do this? All these things are, you know what I mean, questionable things that we have to kind of be like, wait, what? Again, nothing's wrong with you doing whatever fits your lifestyle. Like if you're able to do small things and it doesn't have to be a $50,000, you know, reward. It doesn't have to be $150,000. It don't have to be a $5,000 bag. It could just be a $200 watch. It could be a $100 purse. You know what I'm saying? It could be a $75, you know, blouse, dress, or whatever the case may be. I think as long as you're doing something that fits into the criteria of your financial situation, you're doing good. Don't think, oh my God, he's doing this, that. I'm telling y'all, comparison along with procrastination is the thief of all joy.
these things will probably come naturally to you. But you see, the thing that makes this guy so distasteful is that he tries to shame regular men for not being ultra wealthy. He talks in a way that emasculates them.
How much money should a man have before he gets into a relationship?
At minimum, a man should have $300,000 US in his savings account. But if you really want to step into the real leagues when men are handling their business, you should have at least 1 million to 3 million in your savings account before you even entertain a woman. Period.
So by this guy's logic, the average man should have multiple six figures saved up. And then if we really want to meet his standard, if we really want to be real men, we gotta have multiple millions of dollars saved up. Do you know how doomed society would be if we all operated under this logic? Because the average man doesn't even start making six figures a year until like their late 20s.
Some women, some men don't even touch that until they get with the right woman. So that's debunked immediately. So you mean to tell me you waited? You specifically, sir, who said that, you waited until you were a millionaire, until you went out and started dating? Now, I'm all for men making sure that they're in a great situation as far as, you know, their money. That's cool. Of course, get your bread first. Make sure you locked in. Make sure you on your health. You know what I mean? You working out. You making sure that you can set yourself up to where you can date. And it's not a stressful thing. And you're able to pay for dates, so on and so forth. But who's waiting until they're a millionaire? 300,000? What if we never touch that? What if men never get to that point? Then they just don't need to. Man, y'all better not listen to these dudes, man. They be talking all this crazy stuff. They only talk like this when they get the money. They talk like this when they get to that status. Then they want to act like they're just, oh yeah, I was doing this and do that, bro. Get out of here, man. You was probably struggling living in your mama's basement. And then you got with the chick. And then she probably upgraded you. She probably motivated you to get to where you are. So now and that makes it even more of a thing to where you want to, reward your woman because she held you down when you had nothing. She was the one who was pitching you ideas. She was the one finding job applications and helping you figure out what your direction was. And she added on. And then like, come on, man, stop it. Let's not act like women are not some of the best. Not some of the best. They are the best thing to us. There's nothing else greater than finding a phenomenal woman. And that's whether you stuck in the rut or whether you rich. To find a great woman is to find everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is like the thing that we yearn for the most. To find a woman that completes us, that makes us feel like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? You make me feel like a king. You make me feel like I'm on top of the world when I'm with you, when I got you. You motivate me. You uplift me. You always there for me. You got my back. You encouraging. You supportive. You nurturing. All of these things. That's what we want in a woman. So let's not act like we got to be all the way up here first in order for us to get it. Stop it. That's y'all dudes.
Early to mid 30s. And then you want to talk about men being millionaires? The average man doesn't start touching that type of wealth until their late 30s, early to mid 40s and above. And we're not even considering things like inflation. $1 million a couple of decades ago isn't $1 million today. Like, depending on where you live, $1 million will definitely not afford you anything fancy. And this genius somehow wants to make the argument that we shouldn't even entertain women until we have that type of money. And I think the one clip that cemented in my mind that this guy is definitely a panderer, he's a pander bear, is this clip.
Date them all and make the best provider win. And the only men that have a problem with this are the manipulators, the narcissists, the compulsive liars, the men that want you to provide for them. And to the women that say, well, I can't juggle 5 men at a time. You were dealing with a complete narcissist. This man had 5 different personalities. Every day you woke up, you see a different version of this man. You can date a different man every day of the week. Date every single one of them and may the best provider win.
If this isn't sweet talk, pander talk, telling women what they want to hear type of talk, I don't know what is. Cause look, I can respect someone who dishes it out to both genders equally. But when it's so obvious that you're trying to gain favoritism from one gender, your intentions become clear as day. And look, I already know what some of you guys might be thinking. This is all internet BS. There's no way anyone would actually buy into this sort of thinking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'd be absolutely wrong. You see, all a guy has to do is get online and make this sort of video.
Y'all know it's niggas out here really buying girls food, paying girls rent, real deal, paying for girls beauty maintenance, real deal, like real deal. I'm niggas. Stay legendary.
And then you'll have women in the comments eating it up. May your money flow like a river. Hi, king, you good? You ate today? The only type I date. I know some soldiers in here, they want to spend that on me. His inbox has to be going crazy right now. Yeah, I'm never settling till I find the one. My sugar pop is all the way in Canada sending me money. They're literally eating this shit up. And you see, these pander bears don't just come leading with money. They also have other tricks. There's other archetypes. There's other categories of pander bears. Not all of them sell this financial fantasy. Some of them use enticing words. For example, like Medusa's judgment. His whole thing was painting men out to be these evil beings that were just irredeemable. And I genuinely feel like with him, he targeted a very specific audience. Women who were probably leaning towards being misandrous. Because no one besides a misandrist or a woman who's been severely traumatized by men would subscribe to an idea like this.
If you was to ask a man if he would rather be in the woods with the woman or with the bear, he gonna say a woman every single time. And do you know why a man is gonna say a woman every single time? He got free reign.
And the reason why that clip looks so tacky is because I literally had to combine 2 videos from other people's stitches because all his original content was deleted. He was banned from the TikTok platform. But back to the clip though, this guy really tried to make the point that the most important reason, the number 1 reason why a man would choose to be with a woman in a forest instead of a bear is because he wants to essay her. Not because, you know, the bear is a wild animal that has claws and fangs and weighs several hundreds of pounds, a literal killing machine. But all that aside, it also says so much about his audience that he thinks he could post something like this and his audience will buy it. Like, I'm genuinely concerned about the survival skills of the women who tuned into him, believed the things he said, and didn't see any red flags. Because a lot of times when a guy just seems too perfect, when he has all the right answers, that's the guy you should watch out for the most, because that means he has a perfect read on you. That means he understands your psychology. He understands how a woman's mind thinks and functions. And that's exactly what puts him in an optimal position to manipulate you. And you know, luckily he got exposed because his ex-girlfriend got online and did a 3-part series exposing him for who he truly is.
Comes into my room and he's holding my roommate's 3 kitchen knives, large kitchen. He's saying someone is going to, you know what, tonight. Someone's gonna, tonight. And by the time it takes me to get to my balcony to try to unlock my balcony door, then unlock my screen door, he already has me by my shirt, pulling me back into my apartment, choking me because he's grabbing so hard on my shirt. I'm asking him, please let me go. Please get off of me. He's refusing.
And the crazy thing is, even after being exposed, the manipulation didn't stop. Dude literally tried to sit here and frame it like, oh, this is a thing I used to do in the past. Yes, I was a demon, a horrible person, but that was in the far past, 3 years ago. I'm not that person anymore.
So it sounded like he was projecting. He made that video because that's something that he's living with. Yeah, that's probably what you do. You probably SA people. That's what you probably own. I want to live. I would rather be in the wild with a woman because, for one, we can reproduce. For one, we can build. I got companionship. I have, this other person that I can be in the wild with, that I can speak to and talk to. we can freaking rebuild a world with, you know what I mean? So to speak. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I would rather be in the wild. And if a bear so happened to come, and then if that's just how we go out, that's how we go out. Why would I want to be in the wild with a bear versus a woman? Oh, because you don't know how to treat a woman. Oh, because women don't really rock with you because of who you are. So you projecting that out. Oh, okay, we get that. Stop being a corn. Come on, man.
I am admitting to being abusive. 2-3 years ago, I dealt with a woman who lived in Seattle. She just came out with a video saying that I was verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusive. She is telling the truth. She is 100% accurate. Everything she is telling is 100% true. I have been an absolutely terrible man. No, this is not about she spilled the tea. I am happy that she is sharing her negative experiences about me. I want her to. I have been a very, very, very extremely demonic and terrible man in my past.
Bro really thought that acting happy that he got exposed was gonna somehow help his case. Like, no, nigga, you got exposed and you're trying to do damage control. And the next pander bear on this list might be an even bigger clown. We got a guy by the name of Derek Jackson who uses his looks and enticing words to captivate women, literally selling them the fantasy of this perfect husband.
Look, sis, don't let no man convince you that by you holding him accountable for his actions, you're bringing stress and drama and being negative. If he was not ready for the responsibility of loving you correctly, he should have never signed up for it. You didn't make him hop in your DMs or stop you from what you was doing to ask you.
And let's take a quick look at the comments. Amen. 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 Exactly what I need to hear. Put this on his motherfucking damn For You page now.
And no man plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
You know why they so good at making these videos? Because this is them sharing their stories about themselves. This is why that they're able to put this content out. Yeah, and of course, you know what I mean? Of course, these things happen. It's actual cases of this. Men actually do this and all of that. And of course, you know what I mean? Men go through things. Men have issues. We're not perfect at all. We have our flaws. And of course, too, yeah, they know that they're pandering and they know that women are going to clap for them. Their audience is going to predominantly be women. But they're speaking about themselves when they're putting this stuff out. Because what man wouldn't want to talk to a man on the internet? What man wouldn't want to uplift a young man? And I think you can uplift without trying to bash and say, oh, that man wouldn't be. No, it's ways to go about encouraging and informing young men, or even opening the eyes of women about men. It's ways about going and doing that. Hey, women, when y'all are dealing with a man, make sure that he, cares about you and so on and so forth. Don't da. And then you can even go back and go say, even to the men out there, to the men, make sure that woman is loving you, versus y'all just seem like y'all are bashing men just to cater to the women's emotions because y'all know that they want to hear that. That's what I don't like about it. It's just corny, man. It's corny.
Dysregulate your central nervous system and then claim you always disturbing his peace.
Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but ghosting the girl who did nothing to deserve it is emotional abuse.
Yo, the sad music in the background is killing me, bro.
It's cringy,
Never
bro.
underestimate how fast a woman will cut you off for making her feel like she's begging for your love.
I'm convinced bro literally works out to get a pump before he makes his videos, bro. I genuinely would not be surprised if he does that.
Her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry.
Brother.
They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts.
And then we got these hurt women in the comments trauma dumping. Then they call us toxic after taking us for granted. That line about ruining my mental health to stay a little longer hit me hard. Exactly. Yo, whose grandma is this? He did everything he promised he wouldn't. Another grandma. The moment she becomes silent after all the time when she was angry, that's the moment when she is done and ready to let it go. And here's the kicker. This guy literally cheated on his wife. You cannot make this shit up, bro. Talk about right message, wrong messenger.
Okay, so part of the recovery process where we were in the program for infidelity and all that is discovery. And in discovery, it's like we've trickled out a lot of information. Now it's time to...
Slept with nearly 100 women since they started. God, do y'all know how? Just Google a picture of 100 people, 100 women.
Go to level 0,
Tough.
ground 0, they call it. And so he had to make a list of women, so everything that he could recollect, and there was nearly 100 women on there.
I genuinely don't know when women are gonna learn that these pander bears, these guys who are selling these fake fantasies and have these enticing words, will 99% of the time just be frauds. I think nowadays women are so caught up in this idea of finding a man that will secure their financial future, of finding a provider, that they would actually buy into this type of delusion. They wanna believe so bad that this ultra wealthy man that has life figured out, that's perfectly chivalrous, is a provider, protector, is just gonna magically choose them out of the bunch and only have eyes for them because somehow they're so special and different from the hundreds of thousands of other beautiful women. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not how things work most of the time. And if you grew up a Disney kid, that's basically the Sophia the First, Cinderella, fantasy fairy tale storyline. But that's the thing, it's a fairy tale fantasy, meaning the shit is so unlikely to happen that it's fantastical. And for
No, that's real, man. I mean, I think we're all to some degree, we're all looking for that fairy tale story. But for the most part, with us men, we know how to live in reality. We know how to separate that. We know how to add some sense of fantasy, but at the same time, too, we'll take a step back and be like, okay, we know what's logical. We know what's real. Yes, of course, I'm going to try to be the best man that I could be for you. Of course, I'm going to try to, give you flowers, and I'm going to, bless you with great gifts, and I'm going to treat you nice on birthdays. And of course, but is there times where I'm going to be tired? I'm going to be exhausted from working, and I need you to uplift me and all of this. Yes, every day is not going to be perfect. And we know that. Are we going to go through things? Yes. Are you going to go through emotional roller coasters with women and men? Yes. We're not perfect at all. But see, men, we see things more logical. We see things more clear. We don't go to the internet, seeking this I ain't gonna say validation, but we don't go to the internet in hopes of this false hope of what relationships are. No, not at all. We know what's going on. We know how difficult it is with dating. We know that women now are only looking for a come up. We know what's going on. And it's hard to find somebody who truly, genuinely rocks with you, man. It's difficult out here. So all the fellas out there, man, y'all be careful, be cautious, pay attention to who you're dating, pay attention to the signs, the small and the big things. Never let anything go unnoticed. Be attentive when you're dating. All right. Be intentional. And to the women, same thing. All right. Love, peace, and prosperity. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate. Until we hear the head, we bleed. Yes, spread love, not hate. I'll see y'all when I see y'all, man. Be great. All right. Go on.